this is what's left of my room at the apartment. Half of that is going to be hanged slash dirty laundry slash packed. But yeah, that's what's basically it. I just need to clean this area and this, but I just need to clean this area really quick so that tomorrow my sister could bring in her bed, and I'm leaving her that little nightstand thing because I don't want it, so hopefully she could keep it. And yeah, it's kind of bittersweet, you know, but it is what it is.
Hello. Hello, and welcome to Sunday. I realized that I packed all of my tripods to move out this weekend. Today is Sunday, and I have to hold my phone at an awkward angle. So hello to awkward angle Laura. So as you saw in my last clip, I just got When I Sing Mountains Dance by Irene Sola, and this is Allison Page's Pocket Book Club. No, oh, Pocket Page's Book Club Book of August. Her book club book for August. I'm actually excited to read it. It's Women in Translation Month, so it's written by a Spanish authors from Spain. I don't know. It seems like it's going to be an easy read, and I've heard good things about it. So I'm excited to read this in August. I'll probably have to slow it down a little bit since it does seem pretty thin. There are only 200 pages. This book is 200 pages long, and then half of the pages are like this. So this is definitely going to be an easy read. And then I bit the bullet and I decided to actually start reading A Court of Roses and Thorns. A Court of Thorns and Roses. I actually decided to read A Court of Thorns and Roses. I had seen Carrie Can Read's summaries, her summaries that she does so we won't have to read the books, but I loved that video so much that I loved those videos so much that it made me want to actually read the novels. And since all my books are packed right now, I don't really have access to my TBR books. And this one, for some reason, was the only one that hadn't gotten packed yet. So basically, that's why I started reading it. As you saw in my last clip, my room is basically empty now, and I'm just working on my clothes. And then I'll be officially moved out. I don't know when. I'm not really sure when in August I'm actually going to be living in my parents' house, like when I'm actually going to be sleeping there. I do know that at least this week I am, because at work we're all going to be closer to my apartment as opposed to our actual office. So I'm just going to crash on the couch this week. And depending how lazy I am, I'm going to keep doing that until I officially don't work there anymore, because the commute is faster from my apartment to the office than from my parents' house to the office. So we'll see about that.
It's just one of those days.
Happy Tuesday, everyone. This week has started off pretty weird. I just got some really bad news concerning my financial aid. I think I filled out my application a little wrong, and I can't afford to go to school this semester. So not only is my graduation getting pushed back another semester, but quitting work was for nothing basically. Although I'm very spiritual, but I do believe in God. So I've been praying to God for a job that just aligns with what I want to do with my life. And I think it's been serendipitous in a way that I did quit this job, especially because with all my tarot readings, it's talking about a big change that I shouldn't be afraid of doing. So I think not being able to go to school but still leaving this job is part of that whole tower moment that I keep getting. But the serendipitous part, and I guess like the only good thing that's happened so far, even though it's Tuesday, is that I applied to an internship that will be the entirety of fall semester, and it has everything that I want, especially fully remote. So fingers crossed that I get it. I had my psychiatry appointment on Monday, and I don't want to get too much into detail. I loved her and we're gonna keep working together, but just on the plus side though, my depression medications are, getting stabilized now. I mean, like there's a reason why I switched, right? Today, I am working from home at the moment, but today should be easier because later I'm gonna go to my work big event that's happening, and it's gonna take up most of the day. I should actually be getting ready right now, but I just poured myself my coffee, so I'll get ready later. It's gonna be a whole 2-day event, so I'm basically just gonna be sitting there doing nothing, watching people get awards. So hopefully that could help shut down my brain for a minute, free food and everything, right? But yeah, that's how my Tuesday's going.
Where we don't have to worry about nobody hearing nothing or smelling nothing. I realize sometimes you cannot plan around it. I know firsthand. I do.
mentioned before in some of my other vlogs, I was diagnosed with ADHD last year. I got an assessment and everything. I've been working on 2023 was the year of me finally accommodating my life to my ADHD and just making sure that I just try my best, you know? And the only thing that hasn't really been working for me were my stimulants that they gave me for ADHD. And it's not that they were doing the job, it's just the symptoms were getting so bad. Specifically the jaw tightening symptoms were getting so bad that it wasn't really worth it for me to keep taking them. So I kind of stopped. Or last month, I was talking to my therapist about it, how it's been really kind of taking a toll on my mental health of like, why isn't this working if this is supposed to be working type situation. Long story short, she recommended that I get a second opinion to an actual psychiatrist because I had been seeing a nurse practitioner. On Monday, I had my appointment, as I've mentioned before. She told me that she doesn't think that I have ADHD, and she also mentioned that the guy that I did my evaluation with, the doctor that I did my evaluation with, like, her and her colleagues don't really take his evaluation serious because he doesn't even fill them out right. He mostly pays attention to like self-assessments and everything like that. And I just feel so, I feel so bad. I feel like I was finally in a good place with me and my mental problems and finally having answers and everything like that. And it's like I got the rug pulled from under me. I feel like someone punched me in the gut. Like I feel like I've been living a lie again this entire time, and I'm not, I don't know how else to explain it. I'm just really sad with dealing with all of that. And my only other option is to go get an assessment again. And the first one was already so expensive, and I don't have a job by the end of this month. And I have other expenses that I don't know if I should be investing in another assessment if my insurance doesn't cover it again, you know? Because supposedly the other one took my insurance, but in the end I had to pay out of pocket for it because of the stupid deduction or whatever that shit is called. And I'm just really stressed right now, not just because of everything else that's going on with my life, but because like I thought that I finally figured out something in my life. It might turn out that it's completely wrong. And I don't know who to trust anymore. I mean, this new psychiatrist is an ADHD expert, but ever since I was a little girl, teachers have told my parents that I needed an assessment. 4 years after being with my therapist, we finally approached the subject of ADHD because she wanted to regulate my anxiety and depression before she mentioned it because of the overlapping symptoms. And when I brought it up, it just seemed natural for the time to finally talk about it. But she told me that that's something that she's been seeing since we first started seeing each other. And you know, and I get evaluated and everything, and then like it's a lie. I'm just really frustrated and I don't know what to do about it because again, I don't really have the funds to get another evaluation, and a part of me kind of wants to continue with an ADHD diagnosis because I've been thriving with me accommodating my life for it. She did mention if I would take non-stimulant ADHD medication, and I told her I'm willing to try. I don't know if that was her implying that she'd still treat me as if I, you know, do genuinely have ADHD. It just sucks. It just really sucks. Anyways, yesterday was very eventful. I had a Zoom appointment with my thesis director, and we were talking about the pages that I had turned in a couple vlogs ago, and where are my future steps leading into my thesis. And it was a very, very productive conversation. Definitely needed it. I hadn't seen her in a while just because, classes and work and everything like that. So I am actually really glad that we finally took the time to meet each other. The only kind of downside to this conversation, and it's not a big downside, I'm more than happy to do it. It's just that I added more work to myself, basically. um, I have to reread, basically, I have to read more books for my thesis, take notes, and I also have to rewrite certain pages for like a different layout by the end of this month, by the end of 2 weeks, technically. That's fine. It's fine. I could do it, especially since they're basically being reread. So half of them are already like underlined with the quotes that I want. I just need to flag them so it'd be easier for me to look them up, if that makes sense. I'll be rereading Mexican Gothic, and I'll actually have to finish Bless Me Ultima because of the new aspects of my thesis that I came up with. And then I'll also have to finally finish The Hummingbird's Daughter, which I haven't picked up since like 5, 6 vlogs ago. I don't know. It's been a while. It's been a while. So there's that. As for a reading update, I finally finished A Court of Thorns and Roses. I loved it. I loved it so much. I can't believe I actually hadn't read it sooner. I mean, the whole fairy porn thing was like kind of throwing me off, to be honest, but this was really good. It was definitely more adult, but it put me in a headspace that I was in when I read Twilight and the Vampire Academy. And that headspace is very nostalgic in a very, very good way. And I just had so much fun. I can't wait to pick up the other books. So as I mentioned earlier in this video, I listened to Carrie Can Read's video of her basically summarizing the entire series. And I'm not interested in the 5th book. So as of now, I'm only going to read the first 3, maybe the 4th one as well, since it is just a novella. But I'm only gonna finish Rhysand and Feyre's arc, love triangle or love situation. Anyways, so for now, I'm only gonna buy the first 3 and finish that. And then I'm also starting Allison Page's book club book, which is When I Sing Mountains Dance. So for her Patreon, she makes, I think this is for her middle tier, she makes bookmarks for the book club book. Isn't that cute? I think it's so beautiful. I'm already a couple pages into this, and it's actually pretty interesting. It kind of reads like poetry in a very prosy way. I don't know how to explain it. My English bachelor's degree is failing me right now. Yeah, I'll be reading this until these books finally come in. I did also recently finally purchase books 2 and 3 of the Poppy War. I don't know why my brain decided to buy those books first, even though I finished technically I finished the Poppy War a while ago, but I'd much rather finish the ACOTAR series first, but I bought the Poppy War books first. I don't know. My brain's a mess right now. It's okay. It's all good. We got this. All I have going on for this Saturday is officially finishing off cleaning my room. That's why I'm still in my apartment. I just have to clean the bathroom, and it's not as messy as my sister claims it is. It's just very cluttered. It's not dirty, it's just very cluttered, which I understand. She wants my stuff out of it so she could bring her stuff. I've just been so busy with work and school that by the time I come home, I don't want to do anything else. So since it's Saturday, I'm going to finish my coffee and then clean my bathroom. Unfortunately for her, I still have to keep the litter box in there because since I'm still here, I haven't taken my cat home. And that's like the main part that she wants to get out of her room. I've already kind of ruined his habitat by leaving the room. I don't want to mess up where his litter box is in case he starts making accidents. And yeah, that's how my week has been and how it's going. So I'm actually gonna close the vlog here. If you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for checking it out. And I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios, mis amores.